your sex hormones start to decline. And one of those major sex hormones, as we've talked about, is estrogen. So as estrogen goes down, you become more insulin resistant. I really want women to own this, because you're not all of a sudden becoming more undisciplined at 43. There's not a reason why, other than a hormonal reason, usually, that you're starting to gain weight. The diet that you used at 35 to keep your weight and where you want it is not going to work for you at 45.
Peace of wellness, beautiful souls, magnificent beings. Again, we'll jump into this video a little bit more. We were listening to Dr. Mindy Peltz. She's breaking down the hormonal cycle and the cycle of the female, and how the female has to adjust based off the cycle that she's experiencing as it regards perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopausal states of her being. She must understand that there are certain things that will need to be adjusted, and she gives the tools necessary to make those changes that will mitigate the oncoming, if you're not into menopause, the oncoming effects of menopause and the postmenopausal state of existence. This can be done when you're entering into perimenopause. Start to make legitimate changes. You cannot do what you did before, because your body is no longer the same, but you can make adjustments that can balance yourself out to the best of its ability as nature takes its course. Allow Dr. Mindy to continue.
Because you're losing estrogen, making you more insulin resistant. So that is really important, because there's so much guilt, so much shame that happens to women as they go through the menopausal experience. So with that in mind, fasting becomes this imperative tool for perimenopausal women to start to use, because we can make ourselves insulin sensitive again through the concepts we've been talking about. The second thing that I want to highlight for the woman going through perimenopause and even into the menopausal years is that as we lose estrogen, we also are losing a lot of our cognitive ability.
I really want you to pay close attention, and also the men that are watching this video, so that you can better understand your woman, your wife, your daughter, your sister, your mother, and understand what it is that they're possibly going through as they enter these different stages, especially cognitively speaking. Allow her to continue.
We have the most amount of estrogen receptor sites in our prefrontal cortex. So as we lose our ability for memory and to hold on to new information, to keep our focus, our mood disorders that are appearing during this time, that is because estrogen has gone to its ultimate low, and it's a whole new experience for the menopausal brain. But we can use ketones as a way to substitute and power up what the brain needs as it learns to recalibrate to this loss of estrogen. So that perimenopausal time from about 40 to the early 50s, this is where fasting has to be a mandatory go-to tool to support women through that process.
So that's one of the key components that many individuals don't understand, that fasting is a tool, especially for the recalibration of the human body. But the woman, the male and female organism are different. So the female has a specific way in which she should fast based off her hormonal cycle, based off her monthly cycle. And this plays a major role in how effective the fast will be. Dr. Mindy has one of the most consequential books out there called Fast Like a Girl. I highly recommend it to all women and to the men that have women within our lives. This allows us to better understand what our woman, our wife, our daughter, our mother, whoever, and what they may be going through, and it makes it more compatible for us to be able to understand what they're going to, and then we are able to be more empathetic, sympathetic about the situations that are occurring within that human body. And for the woman, of course, so that you can know what's going on within your body and don't take it as you are going crazy. This is a natural cycle. It can be mitigated with certain things, and she provides a lot of tools of that in her book, Fast Like a Girl. I'll leave a link to this video in the comment section, and then of course you can follow her and get the information that you need about her book. I have the book. It's a great book. Allow her to continue.
I mean, just so much gold you've just said, Mindy. Just one thing I wanted to highlight there, just so women don't feel guilt, is that let's think about it through the lens of type 2 diabetes, right? So let's say you're well and fully insulin sensitive. You can get away with a certain diet because you're insulin sensitive. Let's say you're very, very insulin resistant. As you know, Mindy, you've already explained what that means early on in this conversation. I think we all understand that then with type 2 diabetes, the same diet that worked 10, 15 years ago when we were insulin sensitive is no longer going to be the right diet for us, as our hormones have changed. It's the way our body signals have changed. And you're effectively saying, forget a disease state, just in the natural process of women getting older, in their 40s, ovaries, as you say, starting to shut down for retirement. Of course, with different women, it will happen at different times. Your signals are changing, your hormones are changing, you are becoming insulin resistant. So, of course, the diet that worked for you in your 30s may no longer work for you in your 40s. There's nothing wrong with you, right? A lot of women get frustrated with the weight gain, but I think through that lens, it's like, well, yeah, maybe I need to change my diet. Maybe, for example, a lower carb diet may be brilliant in my 40s. Maybe I didn't need it in my 30s, but I now need it in my 40s.
That's right.
And this is one of the key components that you and I must always come back to understand. We are constantly adjusting, and especially for the female organism, for the woman, her body at 25 is in no way, hormonally speaking, the same at 50. And this is why she must really take into detail her lifestyle, make the necessary adjustments in order to benefit where she's at with her body at that specific state. We must always be open to growth, always be open to understanding more things about ourselves, and particularly and specifically, the woman's organism is dynamically different from the male, and especially when it comes down to these sex hormones, the cycles, the perimenopause, the menopause, and the postmenopausal state. These things are real, they are legit, and they can be devastating if you don't take the light or make the lifestyle adjustments that are necessary in order to mitigate this and ease some of the pain that comes with unmitigated menopause. All right. So we'll let Mindy continue, Dr. Mindy continue, and then we'll tap out of here in just a second.
That's right. And I love your heart, because this is the burden we need to take off of women. There is so much guilt and shame around our relationship with food. And what we're seeing in the 40s is there's these dramatic body shifts. And I've experienced it myself. I'm 53 and I've just gone through that whole process. And you don't understand yourself. You're like, I've been, for me, it was, I love to work out. I was doing a lot of paleo. I was, really, and then I'd moved into the ketogenic diet. I had found fasting. I was like trying to play with all these tools because I felt like somebody hijacked my body. Like I was not able.
Again, I'll leave the link to this video in the comment section. This is a powerful video. She's a powerful teacher of women's health. I highly recommend that you follow her, you get her books, and you apply what it is that she is advocating. She's been through it, she's put it to the test, and she's helped hundreds of thousands of women help themselves to mitigate the experiences that they're going to experience because of the female organism going through its changes. And she speaks furthermore in this video to the younger generations, the individuals who are not perimenopause, but are still female and still having the hormonal cycling each month. So again, this is a great video. If you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be dropping videos every day with health tips, with things that you can do in order to improve yourself. One thing that I would say is for all women. You should look into the perfect amino acids in order to help to boost the building blocks of testosterone, the building blocks of muscle, etc. It's all found within those perfect amino acids, as well as I would highly recommend that you start to research the benefits of what am I looking for? The benefits that you highly search for, the benefits of creatine. Creatine is very beneficial for the brain and for the muscles of the body. You should research it and go deep into it and find out if it's right for you. I say it is, but I want you to do your own research. Again, if you like the video, like, subscribe, and comment. Remember, I have another YouTube channel, and it's a social and political YouTube channel. It's Monte_Reid. That link is in the description as well. Have a beautiful day. Sending you peace and always love. Peace.